Hey guys, this is Jonathon Henderson with Pressure Washing Marketing Pros, and I have Daniel with me of Curb Appeal Exterior. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. You got me working a lot.
Hey man, that's good. That's good. I know that we had just been discussing before the call just some things that we see for the future of your business, man. And I'm excited for you to share your story with others about not only, where you started in your business, but where you are now and where you plan to go. And then also how we've been able to just help you with that growth as well.
Yeah, yeah. I'd love to share it, man. So,
Well,
yeah,
first, I would start off like, how did you get into exterior cleaning? Like what's your
yeah. That's
yeah.
that's where I was going back to. So, okay. So I got into exterior cleaning because my father-in-law was actually doing it,
Uh-huh.
but he was only doing it through like Angie leads. He signed up, he made an account, and he was doing the Angie leads. He used to be Home Advisor.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that he's taking leads. He's just getting the calls getting the leads, and then he calls them. And so I worked with him for 3 to 4 months, something like that. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, I think I could do this better on my own. And I would make more money. I think I was making 20 an hour with him. So
Yeah.
then I made it an Angie's account as well, and so I did that for a solid 3 years. It was like 2.5, 3 years where I was just taking leads from Angie's.
Mm-hmm.
And at first it was like good enough that I had no like motivation to do anything different. The leads that were coming in, they were good. They were real leads. I was always able to call right away. So I always got the leads.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I at least spoke to them is what I should say. And the
Mm-hmm.
leads, they didn't cost too much. But as it went on, the lead quality kept dropping and dropping and dropping, and the prices kept raising,
Yeah.
you know? And so towards the end of it, I was just in the red every month. I was like, this isn't making any sense. So, I canceled with them, not knowing that my reviews, I had like 28 5-star reviews on Angie's, not knowing that they owned those reviews, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I stopped, all of my reviews left and I had nothing. So then I was like, okay, so I got to figure something out, right? So I actually signed back up with Angie's, but I incentivized all my clients to like, hey, I'll, $15 off, $20 off if you leave me a Google review.
Mm-hmm.
And I started getting I of course created a Google My Business, started getting a lot of reviews on Google, and then eventually
Mm-hmm.
left Angie's. And then I had somebody call me with SEO, and they're like, "Yeah, we can do SEO." They explained to me what it was. It was like $200 a month, and it wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. So
Mm-hmm.
then after like, but they gave me the benefit of at least knowing what SEO was. So then I said, this isn't working, but I can see the benefit in having organic leads instead of paying Google ads and click the cost per click, all those things.
Mm-hmm.
So then I start searching around, and I quickly realized that all of the SEO experts, they all know exactly what to say. Just like the last guy did, like he knew exactly what to say, to get me in. But at $200 a month, like they can only put so many man hours towards your business and towards your SEO.
Yeah.
And so, I realized that I have to pay. I got to pay up if I want good results. So I
Mm-hmm.
start calling around, and my wife had this beautiful idea of, hey, well, why don't they keep all sending you the websites that they built. Instead of talking to him and just looking at the websites, why don't you look at the phone number, and call those phone numbers, call those people. And if you remember, I know I told you, you were like, oh, whoa, you didn't believe me, but
Yeah.
I had to do my due diligence. But I called, and it was such a breath of the fresh air because all the other guys, they were like, dude, run, run. He's not going to help your business. I
Uh-huh.
called your clients, and they were like, oh, dude, you got to do it. Yep. The only problem I'll say about Jonathan is that he gave me too many leads. He's
Yeah.
like, I swear to God, I had this conversation. The guy, he said, yeah, we had so many leads so quickly that we just like, we were losing clients. So I was like, okay, that's done. It's game over. I got to do it. So I signed up with you, I think like 6 months ago, and
Mm-hmm.
my it's just night and day. It's not even the same business, man. I've just been steady working, steady grinding. The leads are just my phone's calling, all that. I just don't have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, ever since signing up with you, I moved out of my small apartment in this beautiful home. I'm building a nice pressure washing trailer, and I didn't even tell you this. I just ordered a nice screen cleaner and a water fed pole and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I've
we're
hired 2 technicians, and I just hired an office manager as well. So we're getting her trained up as well.
Mhm.
And then in the new year, we're going to be, I'm going to be taking some the home service business coach. I'm going to be signing up with them and trying to do things right. Um,
That's Dave,
but
and
yeah, it all started with just giving you a call, man. And that's, yeah, it's really been a blessing, and I've told you in the past, man, I feel lucky to have found you, truly.
yeah, man, and honestly, that's what we're here to do it for, to be completely honest with you. Like just hearing how you moved from out of that small apartment to, the home that you're in now, just hearing that you have two technicians and office manager, because I know when you first came to us, you were like, dude, I'm buried on like this fifth page right here with this stuff.
Hmm.
I don't know what I'm doing like right here. And it was just, you've always had the work ethic, man. As we know, we were just talking about before the call how we turned the Christmas light stuff on like last week, right? Or this for a week. You know what I mean? And we
It was
got
like, yeah, it was like 7, 10 days ago, and it's just been, I haven't stopped since.
yeah, it was just
It's
like
great.
I think we got 18, 20 leads, man. It's just a week for Christmas lights. And it was just like, as I told you, man, if we turn it on, it's just gonna start flowing in that sense. And so honestly, man, you always make the right move. You always know like what steps to take when it comes to that. And so I think, man, honestly, and just what you said, you literally hit on all the questions I ask, because I always say, like, what would you tell people if they're looking for a digital marketing provider? What would you tell them to do
Mm.
if they're looking for somebody?
Yeah, well, yeah, I would take my wife's advice. What I would do is contact the guy or the gal or whoever, contact the company and ask. They're always going to send you the website. Like, these are the websites we built, and this is what we can do for you. Take those websites, call the numbers on the websites, and hear it from the horse's mouth. Like, hey, how have they been for you? And whoever it is that you're going with, like, just get it from the clients themselves. Same as getting reviews for our company.
Yeah, man. No, no, it definitely is the same as getting reviews for your company, because it's just one of those things that you have that work ethic, you have that drive, man, and I can't wait to see some of the things that you end up doing, because you've also had previous jobs as well before you got in the pressure wash industry, right?
That's right. Yeah, yeah. So at 17, actually, I joined the military. I was in the army for 3 years. Like, it was like 3 years. Yeah. Signed a short contract. I was in and out. After that, I was in the casino industry for 8 years. I was dealing cards, blackjack. So I did that for 8 years, and then when I was 29, and there's just the casino industry. I was working graveyard for all of those 8 years. I wasn't, so I wasn't sleeping during the nights. I remember I was always so tired. I was like getting into accidents and stuff all the time, and all the bad vices, gambling, drinking, and all the other things, right? They all kind of go together. So I just wanted out of that, and that's what kind of like steered me towards just doing something else. And I'll tell you, man, working outside, physical labor, getting my hands dirty, I've
Mhm.
enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. I always tell my wife, dirty hands, clean money.
Yeah. That that is true. And then I know now, man, we're about to get you off that truck in that sense, right? So that's one thing
Yeah,
that
it can't come fast enough. I'll tell you that. I enjoy the work, but yeah, it's like 4 years of it, and I'm like, yeah, I could pay somebody else to do it.
most most definitely, man. Most definitely. Well, look, I know you had a lot of installs, man, and you sent me a text that showed the installs. And like, look, I know that you were worried at first about adding that to the business, and I know you took a training and you were just like, hey, dude, I don't know if I can go ahead and start Christmas lights. But as soon as you got
Hmm.
that first job that you did, you're like, hey, man, I can multiply this, right?
You know what? That's the truth, man. And here's you want to know what my training was? It
Yeah.
was YouTube University. That's it. I want that's kind of where I was getting hung up, because you've got all the fancy trainings, and you go off somewhere for 2 days and they train you up, you get hands on, and it's this big ticket, and I'm sure that it's great, 100%. In fact, I'll probably still take it next year,
Hmm.
because there's still things that I probably don't know that I don't know.
Hmm.
Um, However, I just did a deep dive, man. The same way that I like all the know-how for pressure washing, and same way I found you, and now with the Christmas lighting, just doing deep dives, and getting as much information as I can. And but with that, there was a little bit of doubt, because I hadn't done it properly before. I've done some stuff for like Home Depot lights that people had, and they paid me, and I charged them like $300 or something like that. When I was first getting started.
Like the go-go.
Yeah, yeah, it was just different, and it was actually quite a headache, because it was like half the lights weren't working, and I went to Home Depot, they didn't have the same lights, and so it was just a lot. So, um, but I got a lead. I got a lead actually organically. We hadn't even done much work on the Christmas lighting side. the 6 months that we've been together, we've been doing just all the pressure washing and window cleaning and stuff. So we didn't do the SEO so much on the Christmas cleaning, but still somebody found me,
Mhm.
and it was a big house and it was on a golf course. They wanted the entire house wrapped, or not wrapped, but they wanted all the lights installed, you know. So I went out and I did it, and it was not that hard. I was just like full of doubt for no reason, you know. Yeah, we just went out there and we knocked it out of the park. And that's when I called you and I was like, dude, you know what? I did it. Now I feel confident. Why don't we go ahead and just get these leads on at least for 2 weeks and just see what happens? And dude, immediately you guys got it up and running in a day, and I just 3 calls a day, 3 to 4 calls a day. And I'm sitting here trying to work and I'm getting so many calls. I'm like, I can't even, this is crazy. I didn't think it was gonna be so much, you know, but it was good, man. It was a very pleasant surprise.
I guess that client didn't lie to you, man, in that sense.
That's right. Be
You
careful what
know?
you ask for, right, man? You're gonna get some work.
Man. But I look forward to seeing your business next year and us having a full year just kind of working with you in that sense, especially throughout your whole busy season and the entire Christmas light season and just kind of seeing what's in store. I won't talk about everything that we discussed because I don't want anybody having the same idea in your area. But
Mm.
yeah, man, I definitely appreciate having you as a client, man, and we just want to continue to kill it for you.
Dude, thank you so much, man. From the bottom of my heart, like I know I've said it before, and I don't mean to sound cheesy or corny or any of those things, but truly, you and your team, you guys have really, leveled up my life and my life for my kids and my wife, and we wouldn't be here. I know, of course, it's my hard work as well. I'm not going to discount myself,
And yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm
it's
giving credit where
hard work.
credit's due. The SEO has really been a big game changer, and even through. So I remember. So I think when I signed up with you, I was dabbling in with the CPC, the Google Ads, the pay per click, or PPC. I think either way, the pay per click. I was dabbling in that, trying to do it myself, and I was paying so much money and not really getting much return from it, that when I went with you, and we're just doing the local service ads
Mhm.
and the SEO, and I'm getting so much work, and 70% of it, I think it's like 70 to 73% of it is organic, is the SEO part. So it's actually working better than the advertising. So I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that.
No, man, and that's all good. Like I said, it's just one of those things that I know that for a lot of guys, I tell them, I say, if your area doesn't, and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna shout this out in this video because I tell you this is just information I make public. If your area and what you're targeting is at least like under 500,000 people in terms of what we're targeting in that sense, then I always say like the best strategy is gonna probably be local service ads with SEO. You know what I mean? So you're still getting
Mm-hmm.
paid, paid leads and all of that, and you're being put in the forefront, and you're paying per lead, as you know, right? You're not paying per click
Mm-hmm.
because you get 10 clicks and get no calls, right? And then
That's
with
right.
local service ads, you can get if you're getting like if you're getting charged, it's because you got leads. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like you're only getting charged if you're getting leads. And so, hey, I'm pretty sure nobody would if you got $5,000 worth of leads and each lead was like 30 bucks a pop or 20 bucks a pop. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't. I'm pretty sure everybody would do that. You know what I mean? If you're
Oh yeah.
getting that many
Yeah,
leads,
yeah. With
right?
that good of an ROI, it just makes sense. It's a no-brainer, and I'm blessed enough to where I'm in a market where Fresno, I think now we're up to like a little over 600,000 people living here, and then Clovis is right next to us, and I think they have like 70, and then we got like it's all over the place, and we have like a
Yeah,
bunch of little cities surrounding this big city, and then up in that mountains, and so it's
yeah.
like it's a good market. It's a good market to be in. So I feel lucky to be where I'm at too.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. And so yeah, man, but I really appreciate you taking your time to join me today. Like I said, I know you're super tired, man. I know you've been doing all those installs. I know you have your men's group as well. And so I know you're just making an impact all around your community and just everything else, man. So I
Yeah, yeah.
growth.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick moment to do a shameless plug if you don't mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, of course.
shout out
Of
to all the
course.
men of
That's why I
Bold. We
mentioned
call
it. That's why I mentioned it.
appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, so we call ourselves Bold Brotherhood of Living Divinity is what it's called. It's a men's group. We just help each other. We feel, not to get too much into it, but we feel like there's a lack of communication that's happening around men's mental health.
Mhm.
And just a few short years ago, I was in a place that wasn't so great. Like I said, I was in that casino industry. All those things, all those vices kind of go together: the gambling, the alcohol, the drugs, all these things. And not going to sell myself out here or anything like that, but I was, I had some vices, and so um, so getting a healthy community for me has just been a game changer, and so yeah, so shout outs on my boulders, as we jokingly call ourselves.
Yeah, man. So
Yeah.
how can people find out about Bold if they're interested in it? If they're
Yeah,
watching.
yeah. So we have a website, it's brotherhoodoflivingdivinity.com. We have an Instagram, Bold Soul. Soul is the women's cohort now. So we started with Bold, the men's group, and then we had a community of men. And inside said community of men, there's of course women. We have spouses and stuff like that, and they wanted to start a women's circle. So then we call it Soul, Sisterhood of United Light. So it's like Bold Soul. It's kind of cool. So I guess we're big on acronyms. But yeah, you can find us. We have a website. We have an Instagram. If you're local, absolutely reach out. Even if you're not local, man, you know what? I know that there's a lot of guys out there that are called to be of service to other people. And if you guys are looking to start a men's group, that's something that we're also helping people start men's groups as well. So doing big things, trying to, anyways.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And so, like I said, you guys have that information. But like I said, if you guys have anything else, just go ahead and leave it in the comments. If you're watching on the podcast or if you're watching on YouTube, leave them in the comments below if you have any questions. And if you'd like to work with us and get similar results as Daniel has for his business, there's a free strategy session in the description of this video as well to see if we'd be a good fit to work with you. So yeah, Daniel, once again, man, I really appreciate you for joining, man. And like I said, great things coming for your business.
Thank you so much. Thank you, man. And I want to add one last thing to anybody who's watching, who's like on the cusp of like wanting to invest, but maybe finding it a little hard to want to invest like a good amount of money, or like, that's subjective, right? Like a good amount of money, because actually it's well worth it. The ROI is well worth it. You always hear you got to pay to play, and so don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Don't be afraid to invest in the business, and good things will come from it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
With that, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.